Annie Ryan. Have no fear, volunteer. Have no fear, volunteer. Please welcome Annie Ryan.
Does anybody know what this week stands for? Does anybody know what this week is being heralded for? What are we advertising? What's in the papers and what's special?
The budget.
Nobody. Is there no volunteers in this room? This is National Volunteer Week. So I am here tonight to teach and tell every one of you that when you leave this room, that you will put your hand up and volunteer for something in the community. And why? Because I'm a volunteer. And why is that so special? Because I know what it's done for my life and I know the difference it's made to other people. We have all got something to share. We have all got a gift, or we've all got a story that we can share with someone and go into their life and not get paid for it. So I'll tell you what a volunteer is. A volunteer is someone who does work without being paid for it because they want to do it. A volunteer is someone who offers to do a particular job or a task without being forced to do it. My experiences in life as being a volunteer have enriched my life in so many ways. Now I'm sure, George, you have got something that you could share with somebody that you don't know that could make their life richer. Have you done that? Sue, you would have a gift. And James, Keith, Carol, Josh, Matt, Dave and Sandra. Every one of you have got something that can be shared with a stranger that you don't know for 1 minute, and it could change their life. So I want you to always believe that a conversation with somebody about your life can make a difference to somebody else's. Why volunteer? I started off quite young, wanting to be involved with people I didn't know, or to help out. Shall we say, lend a hand? We say many hands make light work. Is it true? We see the way this room gets set up of a night because what do we all do? We volunteer. We volunteer to make it happen, and it happens. And what does it do for all of us? We all feel good, and it's a great start to the evening. And it's a way of breaking the ice. We hope that when new members come in, it makes them feel good. So we are all volunteers here. But out in the wider community, I started off in the kindergarten when my children were small. And of course you'll know, any of you that have been parents, not everybody wants to put their hand up. But it started off as an enrolment officer. Well, what could I do? You need to talk to people. Well, I could do that all right. So I thought, well, I can talk to people. I'm not really good with figures, and I didn't really want to be a secretary. So my role was to speak to people that were new to the community, and I would let them know what was in our community and what our kindergarten offered them. I made a lot of friends. I then went on to, after doing that, to becoming a president of the kindergarten. And it's probably the easiest job. Because you just get a good group of people like here and they all work together. But it's my role that's gone on further in life, through my life experiences, that I felt I needed to share. With a health scare and the surgery that I've had, I felt after surviving it, I needed to give back to the people that were travelling the same journey. I put my hand up to be a volunteer at the Alfred Hospital. I go in there once a month and I speak to patients that have had exactly the same surgery and travelled the same road that I have. What does it do for me? It makes every day in my life more precious. It makes the lives of the people and the families that are travelling that road easier. I don't get paid for it and I don't wish to get paid for it. But I go in there, and I walked in there the other day and I looked at a gentleman in a bed that looked just like myself 11 years ago. He was where I was. I spoke to him for half an hour and I left knowing that I had made a difference. My life is richer because of the journey I've travelled. If I can share that with other people, does that not make their life better? Volunteer. We don't get paid for it. We don't want to get paid for it. But we do it because we know that it will make a difference to somebody else's life or help somebody else. So, the greatest achievement though was, as George said 2 weeks ago, I was at a back to school 3-4 months ago and somebody said, have you ever heard from Sandra? Somebody said, no, I'd love to catch up with her. Everybody stood around and I said, well, if a few of us get together, maybe we could get people back together. Over 4 months, it ended up 3 people out of the group of people that brought back together 95 people from our year level back in 1978. It was a volunteer role. We wanted to do something, we were passionate about it. We had people fly from interstate. We had our school principal of 81 and his wife at 80 that came from Geelong to attend the evening. We were volunteers. We brought 95 people back together because we were passionate about it. And every single one of those people have sent an email of saying what it's done for them and how it's reconnected them with people. So a few minutes of your time and a little bit of time, how different it can make your life. I say, volunteer, have no fear, reap the rewards. Sorry, finished it.